Welcome to the podcast, Mr. John Wood.
So I have to clear up a couple of things.
Oh, God.
A couple
That's
of
always good.
discrepancies here. The part where you said that I burnt up a rental car coming home from Bristol, there's no truth to that.
There isn't?
None. It was Memphis.
It was Memphis?
Yeah. So like, I mean, you're sitting here defaming me. Get it right.
So that's why we brought you on here, and I didn't bring you on here to completely tell on yourself, but I was told, the story goes, that you literally rode the brakes on this rental car to the point that it finally caught on fire.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Let me preface by saying, today I'm pretty mellow. I don't ever cause trouble, but there was a period of time that things were bad, and that was during that era. And I don't know what got in my mind that I wanted to see what would happen, but I just did it, and they caught on fire. I don't remember if it was both the fronts and the rears, but I do remember a fire. And there was a kid I was racing Xfinity at the time, and we both got out and was like, what are we going to do? I mean, this thing's on fire.
Put some more rear brake in it.
Yeah. But you know how the rental cars are. I mean, they got so much front that they're about to do a headstand. But the second thing that I have to clear up, so you said that I did a burnout at the shop and blew the rear tires out in the van. No truth to that one either. It was in my mom and dad's driveway that happened. And I have proof. Here's the rubber from the tire. Car. Brought that home with me last week just for proof's sake. But I terrorized Stewart, Virginia. It was.
Most you're a pretty good example here. Most good stories start with bad decisions, right?
Yeah. They're probably glad I'm gone. But the final one, and I don't want to talk too much about the bad stuff I did, but I told this one, as terrible as it is, at my grandpa's funeral. And this kind of just goes to the point of what a good guy he was and how awesome he was. So once upon a time, another van story, I got back up to Stewart after a truck race or something, and my buddies would always wait, and I would get there late Saturday night or whatever it was, and then we just all hell would break loose. And it was always in a van. And I don't know why. There's no rhyme or reason. It just happened. So we get in the van, and I had the bright idea to go on the four-wheeler trails behind my mom and dad's house. It's, I don't know, maybe a mile or something, but it's very narrow. It'll just fit a four-wheeler, not a 15-passenger van. But I did it anyway. So we're cutting laps, ripping it up, and I got stuck. Don't remember how, but van gets stuck. We all have to walk back home. Next day, Brett, do you remember Jabbo?
Oh, yeah.
By chance?
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah, that guy ripped more miles up and down the road carrying race cars than anybody I knew.
So Jabbo owns a wrecker conglomerate, and it's like an empire. I mean, this dude is like printing money with his wrecker business. So back then, whenever I would wreck something or tear something up, hey, Jabbo, what are you doing? And he'd just laugh. It's the funniest thing. I'll be up there in a minute. I wouldn't even have to tell him what had happened. It was always, I'll be there in a minute. And it was either a regular roll or a regular wrecker, or if it was bad, it'd be a rollback. Well, in this case, it was a four-wheel drive Army wrecker with a boom. It had a boom on the back that could like rotate around. So I call him up and I said, hey, I got the van stuck. Well, I'm kind of dancing all around. Next morning, I wake up, and I'm like, please tell me this was a dream. No, it wasn't a dream. It's called Jabbo. Jabbo, come get the van. Meanwhile, my grandpa is on his gator tending to the garden. He finds a license plate, and I don't even remember being in this part of the neighborhood. I don't know how it happened, and maybe it wasn't even me. But he finds a license plate, takes it to the sheriff's office, and just being a nice guy to turn it in. And they're like, Mr. Wood, we don't really know how to tell you this, but this license plate belongs to you. It goes on a van. So I catch wind of this, and I'm like, oh, this is going to be bad. So I go up to my grandma's and my grandma and grandpa's, They're there. Meanwhile, now keep in mind, Jabo's bringing the Army 4-wheel drive wrecker to get the van out of the woods in their backyard. So I go in, I'm ready to take my beating, and he's like, I'm not even mad. I just want to know how you didn't turn over, flip upside down, because I found this in a culvert. So end of the story. No idea how I straddled that culvert. He wasn't mad, cool as could be about it, but don't even know if he ever knew that the van was in the woods. But neither here nor there. It was awful, man. I'm telling you.
So we're going to be there in a couple hours in a van. You want to go for a ride?
I'm done with vans. I'm done.
Gets PSD when he pulls in the garage and sees all the 15-passenger vans sitting there.
Oh, man, that's awesome. So you now run. You do a lot of things at Wood Brothers, right? But you run their social media, right?
Well, it depends.
I think we can tell.
Depends on who's asking. If it's somebody from NASCAR, I don't know who does it. But if it's you, yeah, it's me.
Don't say anything because they listen. We found that out.
Yeah, we found it out that they listen. So
and they read social media too. Let me tell you.
Oh, I'm very well aware that they read social media. Trust me.
Well, he don't know. Brett's blocked him anyway.
I can't block them all, TJ. They keep coming at me. So John, you've done some crazy stuff. You touched on some of it. How in the hell did you get pulled over that time for flying an airplane out your sunroof?
You've been talking to my sister. I know you've been talking to somebody to get these stories. But,
I've got insiders.
Yeah. Actually, I might have touched on that one last week anyway, because I'm into RC planes now, and I hit the roof of the museum last weekend, and that was not fun. But it reminded me of when I was younger again, and decided. So it got the planes I had at the time were a little like you get kind of bored after a while of just flying around. So I wanted to see if I could fly it. So it was 2 different times. I wanted to see if I could land it on the hood of Kevin's car while we were driving down the road.
Kevin being your cousin, Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin Wood, like an aircraft carrier. Well, we end up running over the plane. It didn't work out, and I ended up having to not only take the plane up, but I had to buy him a new hood on his whatever car it was at the time because it scratched the hood up. But the other time, I was standing out of the sunroof of a Hummer. Kevin driving again on that time, and it's in Stewart. I don't know what the end game was, but we were just trying to drive around town while I'm flying the plane. And of course we get pulled over. So the problem was, it wasn't so much that I'm standing out of the sunroof, that's bad enough, but what do I do with this plane now that's in the air while this trooper is coming up wanting to know why I'm standing out of the sunroof? So I just guessed at it, and it's like, the ground is way over there somewhere. So just crashed it. And I don't even know if I guess I had to admit what I was doing, but don't think we got a ticket for that.
Probably because there's no law. I mean, what are they going to say?
Should have landed on his hood.
Seatbelt. Yeah.
But no, I mean, I don't know. Yes, I did all that stuff, and live to tell the tale.
We love our presenting sponsor, OfferPad. It's the easiest way to sell your home. Go visit them today and select the NASCAR tab on the How Did You Hear About Them section.